But you know, that's an interesting thing. We have books out here written, and maybe some of you, in fact, I know some of you have read some of these books. They talk about opposites attract. Just go find your opposite. Have you ever heard that, the opposites attract? Oh, yeah. Now, is that true? Does that mean if you're honest, you want to go out and date someone who's dishonest? No, that's silly, isn't it? So, if you're talking about a perfect relationship, mainly we're talking about people left brain, right brain when you're talking about opposites. That's all it is. And most coupling is done through this way, left brain, right brain, because it completes us. They're different than us, and so therefore it's exciting. They look at the world different than us, so they make us have to get challenged. Our maps have to get laid out and looked at again because you see the world different than me, and I see it different than you, and my wife and I go through that all the time. And by the way, I want you to take note of something here. You cannot stereotype all men are left brain. All men think like this. All women are right brain. All women feel like this. You know, the thinkers and the feelers. You can't do that. Because I happen to be right brain, my wife's left brain. And we're just typical couple. You can't do that. But the perfectness is in it is that if you're talking about a perfect relationship, you're talking about honesty, promoting the closeness, and having the intimacy. And yes, it is a formula, and you can achieve it. And that's done with, of course, with a lot of forgiveness sprinkled in there. But I want to say one more thing here about opposites since we're on that. I want to explain it like this. Within the opposites, it's like you have hammers over here that are designed to give impact, and over here you have nails designed to receive impact. They're opposites by design. Okay? And yet, you have all kinds of different types of hammers. You've got little finishing hammers and big sludge hammers. And over here you got little finishing nails and big railroad spikes. Now what happens if I take a little finishing hammer and try to put in that railroad spike? They're not compatible, are they? Or if I take the big sludge hammer and try to put in a little finishing nail, it's not compatible, is it? So it isn't just an opposite that you're looking for. You're looking for compatibility within that opposite. And one of the big areas is in your spiritual views, if you're going to be compatible. How many, I know this is Parents Without Partners here tonight, but how many of you are members of a local church where you live? Raise your hand, real tall. I want to see this. What percentage? What are we looking at? Okay, about 50%. I recommend to you people who are a member of a church that's really important that I would recommend that you meet somebody who has the same spiritual compatibleness as you. Okay? One of the other areas might be, it'd be the way you work, your work habits. If you're a person who really believes in working hard and getting ahead, but you couple up with a person who only works 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week, I'm telling you, you might be opposites, but there's no compatibility here. And you're going to resent each other. One, because that person's always working. They're never playing with me. And of course, the other person's going, wait a second. That person's always playing and not pulling their share. So yeah, there is, in the sense of, when I say perfect, it's only in that area that I described it, but it's not heaven, no, Gene. But yet, you can work towards the capital I, total intimacy, and it is something that is capable. Don't be tethered and believe nobody can achieve it. They're out there. There are some relationships out there like that, but they're mature relationships.